My beloved child, as you step through the thresholds of your daily labor, I want you to feel the warmth of my presence enveloping you like a protective mantle, shielding you from the elements you cannot see. I have been watching the subtle shifts in the atmosphere around you, the way the air grows heavy with unspoken grievances, and the way certain hearts have turned cold toward the light I have placed within you. You are not mistaken in your perception. The friction you feel is the collision of my purpose with the insecurities of others. I have heard the quiet murmurs in the hallways and the sharp words spoken behind your back in the sanctuary of closed doors and whispered corridors. I have been there when your name was mentioned with derision, and I have seen the digital messages and the glances that seek to undermine the ground you stand upon. I feel the sting of betrayal as if it were my own, for you are the apple of my eye, and when they strike at you, they are striking at the one who called you to this place. You must understand that your journey is not merely a professional one. It is a spiritual assignment, and the opposition you face is a testament to the weight of the glory I am preparing to reveal through you. Do not let the lies of the enemy convince you that you are alone or that I have turned my face from your struggles. I am closer to you than the air you breathe, a constant companion in the midst of the cubicles, the conference rooms, and the busy workstations. You are not imagining the tension, and you are not being overly sensitive to the spiritual climate of your workplace. I have given you a heart that is tuned to my frequency, and that sensitivity allows you to feel the discordance of those who operate in shadows. But listen to me, my child. Their words have no power to define you unless you give them permission to take root in your soul. I am the one who fashioned you in the secret place, and I am the one who knows the true measure of your worth. I see the integrity you maintain when no one is looking, and I see the restraint you exercise when you are provoked by those who wish to see you stumble or react in anger. Every time you choose kindness over retaliation, you are leaning into my strength, and I am fortifying your spirit for the victory that is coming. The tongues that speak ill of you are like the dry grass that withers in the sun, but my promise to you is an eternal spring. I am already moving in the hearts of those who have set themselves against you. I am the one who can turn a heart of stone into a heart of flesh, or I can move those who refuse to change out of your path entirely. You do not need to defend yourself with the same weapons they use. Your silence, rooted in my peace, is a more powerful weapon than any argument they could muster. I am your advocate in the highest court, and I am silencing the tongues that have risen against your reputation. I am the God who justifies, and I will make your righteousness shine like the noonday sun. When you feel the weight of their judgment, remember that I am the only judge who matters, and my verdict over your life is one of unconditional love and favor. You are being refined in this season of pressure, becoming a vessel that can carry more of my presence into the dark places of the world. Do not be weary in well-doing, for in due season you will reap if you do not lose heart. I am placing a hedge of protection around your career, and I am opening doors that no man can shut, regardless of what they say in the shadows. Trust in my timing and my justice. I see every hidden motive and every secret plot, and nothing escapes my notice. I am your shield and your exceeding great reward. Rest your weary head on my shoulder and let the noise of the workplace fade into the background. In the stillness of my love, you will find the strength to face another day, knowing that the Creator of the universe is your ultimate supervisor and your most loyal friend. You are not a victim of your circumstances. You are a victor in training, and I am using even the thorns of this workplace to crown you with the maturity and wisdom needed for the next level of your calling. Stay focused on me, and watch as I make your enemies your footstool. I am with you always, even unto the end of the age, and my love for you is the final word on who you are and where you are going. Feel my breath on your cheek and my hand on your shoulder as you walk back into that building. For you walk not as a servant of men, but as a child of the Most High King, held in an embrace that no human malice can ever break. In the quiet moments of the morning, before you even reach for the door handle of that office or step onto that floor, I am there, lingering in the silence that precedes the storm. I see you in the dim light of your room, or sitting in your car with the engine idling, gathering the fragments of your courage as you prepare to face a place that has felt more like a battlefield than a workplace. I see your heart, heavy with the anticipation of conflict, and I want you to know that your tears are not signs of weakness or indicators of a crumbling spirit. They are liquid petitions reaching the very throne of grace. In those moments when the weight of their words feels too heavy to carry, your tears serve as the prayers your voice is too weary to speak. I have seen every one of them, and not a single drop has fallen to the ground unnoticed. I am even now collecting every drop of your sorrow to water the seeds of your coming joy, for the irrigation of your breakthrough is often found in the distillation of your trials. The ground where you now stand, which feels parched and barren under the heat of scrutiny, is being prepared for a harvest that will leave those who mocked you in awe. I am the husbandman of your soul, and I know exactly how to turn your mourning into a garden of peace. When you feel the sting of the gossip that travels like a slow poison through the corridors, remember that I am the great physician, and I am neutralizing every toxin before it can reach your identity. The tongues that have sharpened themselves like swords against your reputation will find their edge dulled by my sovereign hand. They think they speak in secret, hidden behind closed doors or typed in private messages, but I am the auditor of every syllable and the witness to every hidden intent. There is no conspiracy formed in a breakroom that can withstand the decree of my kingdom. I am silencing those tongues, not by striking them down, but by raising you up so high that their noise becomes a distant hum, powerless to distract you from the destiny I have carved out for you. Your coworkers may see your silence as a surrender, but I see it as a sanctuary. In that quietness, you are making room for me to work. I am your defense attorney, and I am presenting a case for your integrity that no lie can dismantle. Do not waste your energy defending yourself against shadows. I am the light that makes those shadows flee. When you walk through those doors, do not carry the burden of having to prove your worth. Your worth was settled on the cross, and it is not subject to the quarterly reviews of men or the fickle opinions of those who do not know the depth of my love for you. I am using even the friction of this environment to polish you, turning the rough edges of your character into a mirror that reflects my glory. Every unfair accusation is being transformed into a testimony, and every moment of isolation is being repurposed as a season of intimacy with me. I am building a fortress around your mind in these early hours, an invisible barricade that filters every word spoken over you. If it does not come from me, it cannot take root in you. You are the head and not the tail, and even if you feel like you are at the bottom of the corporate ladder, you are sitting at the right hand of the Father in heavenly places. The atmosphere of that building changes when you enter, not because of your status, but because of my presence that dwells within you. You are a carrier of the eternal, and the temporal schemes of men cannot survive the weight of the glory you bring. So, breathe deeply of my peace before you step out of your car. Let the morning dew remind you of my mercies, which are new every single day, specifically tailored for the challenges of this specific shift. I have already gone ahead of you to level the mountains of malice and to make the crooked paths of office politics straight. You will not just survive this day, you will reign in it, for I have crowned you with favor as with a shield. The very tongues that spoke ill of you will eventually be the ones to acknowledge my hand upon your life. Rest in the knowledge that your sorrow is being traded for a joy so profound that the memory of this pain will seem like a dream from which you have long since awakened. You are mine, and I am the final authority over your career, your reputation, and your peace. Therefore, as you move through the corridors of your workplace, understand that you do not walk alone. As you traverse those hallways where the atmosphere feels heavy with the unspoken weight of competition and judgment, I am your invisible armor. Think of me as a shimmering veil of light that separates you from the density of the world. Each step you take on that carpeted floor or across those cold tiles is a step taken in my company. When you pass by the open doors where hushed voices linger, do not let your heart skip a beat or your spirit falter. I have wrapped you in a divine garment that the arrows of malice cannot pierce. This armor is not made of steel or iron, but of my very essence, truth, peace, and an unshakable sovereignty. It is a barrier that absorbs the impact of the cold stares and the deliberate exclusions, turning their intended harm into opportunities for my grace to manifest in you. You are insulated by my love, and that insulation is impenetrable to the schemes of men. Look closely at the places where you have felt most vulnerable. No weapon formed against you in the break room, the place where gossip is brewed as frequently as the coffee, shall prosper. I am there, standing between you and the whispers that circulate when your back is turned. While others trade in the currency of rumors, I am covering you with a reputation that is held in my hands, not theirs. In those moments when the air feels thick with the venom of those who do not understand your light, remember that I am the wind that clears the smoke. I am silencing the echoes of their disparagement before they can even reach the ears that matter. And in the boardroom, where strategies are built and decisions are made that affect your future, I sit at the head of the table. No plan devised in the shadows to undermine your progress will take root. I am the silent witness to every conversation, and I have already vetoed every decree that was issued against your destiny. I am the great coordinator of your career, and no human authority can override the promotions I have already signed in the heavens. I am also placing a spiritual barrier around your mind, for I know that the greatest battle is often fought in the silence of your own thoughts. The negativity of others is like a seed looking for soil. If it cannot find a place in your spirit, it cannot grow. I have stationed my peace as a sentinel at the gateway of your mind. When the harsh words of a supervisor or the passive-aggressive comments of a colleague try to enter, my spirit will intercept them. Do not take their poison into your heart. Do not chew on the bitterness they offer you. Instead, let my words be the only nourishment you accept. I tell you that you are chosen, that you are capable, and that you are mine. When they speak of your perceived failures, I speak of your growth. When they highlight your weaknesses, I reveal my strength made perfect in you. This spiritual barrier is a filter, allowing through only that which serves your sanctification and blocking every lie that would seek to diminish your sense of worth. I want you to walk with your head held high, not in pride, but in the quiet confidence of a child who knows their father owns the building. The hallways you walk are part of my kingdom because you are there. The desk you sit at is an altar of my presence. Do not let the smallness of their vision dictate the magnitude of your peace. When you feel the pressure of the environment pressing in, breathe out their stress and breathe in my sovereignty. I am the buffer between your soul and the friction of the world. I am the shield that stands before you and the rear guard that protects your history. Nothing they say can undo what I have done, and nothing they plot can prevent what I have promised. You are moving through a field of battle, yes, but you are doing so as a victor already crowned. The noise of the world is loud, but my whisper within you is stronger, steadier, and eternal. Rest in this. I have already won the day for you, and your only task is to remain in me, shielded by the light that no darkness can comprehend. That heavy stone in your chest, the one that hardens when you hear the notification of an email from your supervisor, or when you see a group of colleagues whispering as you walk by, I am lifting it away this very hour. It has been a weight you were never meant to carry, a density of spirit born from the friction of a world that does not recognize the light you carry. I see the way your breathing changes when you step across that threshold. I see the way you brace yourself for the unseen arrows of criticism and the subtle slights that are designed to make you feel small. But I am your shield and your great reward, and I am stepping into the center of that pressure to give you room to breathe again. My child, do not let your heart be troubled by the shadows they cast. I have not given you a spirit of fear. That trembling you feel is not from me. It is a foreign intrusion, a lie that suggests you are at the mercy of their whims. I have given you a spirit of power, not a power that seeks to crush others, but a power that remains unshakable in the face of hostility. I have given you a spirit of love that allows you to look upon your accusers with pity rather than panic. And I have given you a sound mind, a sanctuary of clarity in the midst of their chaotic narratives. When the office becomes a cacophony of competing egos, your mind shall be a quiet garden where my voice is the only one that carries weight. Breathe in my peace right now. Let it fill the spaces that anxiety has constricted. Feel the expansion of your lungs as you inhale the oxygen of my sovereignty. And as you exhale, release the crushing pressure of their expectations. You were not created to be the person they want you to be. You were created to be the person I have already declared you are. They look at your performance, but I look at your heart. They look at your mistakes, but I look at my son's righteousness covering you. They judge by the outward appearance and the metrics of man, but I measure your worth by the price I paid for your soul. Therefore, the expectations they place upon you are like chains of smoke. They have no real substance and no power to bind you unless you agree to wear them. I am silencing the tongues that speak ill of you, not always by making them stop, but by making their words fall to the ground, void of any power to harm your destiny. I am the great filter. Every word spoken against you must pass through my hands first, and I promise you, I will only allow through what can be used for your refinement and my glory. The rest, I am discarding into the void. When you walk into that office tomorrow, do not walk in as a victim of their politics. Walk in as an ambassador of my kingdom. That stone in your chest is being replaced by a wellspring of life. The heaviness is being exchanged for the garment of praise. You do not have to prove yourself to anyone, for I have already approved of you. You do not have to fight for your seat at the table, for I have prepared a table for you in the very presence of your enemies. The pressure you feel to be perfect, to be liked, to be indispensable, let it go. Be faithful to me, and watch how I handle the giants that seem to block your path. I am the one who opens doors that no man can shut, and I am the one who shuts the mouths of lions. Rest in the sound mind I have gifted you. Let your thoughts be anchored in my promises rather than their opinions. You are hidden in the secret place of the Most High, even while you are sitting at your desk. The atmosphere of heaven is yours to carry into that workspace. Breathe, you are safe. You are seen, you are shielded. The stone is gone, and in its place I am putting my peace, a peace that surpasses all understanding and guards your heart and mind in me. No weapon formed against you, including the weapon of a sharpened tongue or a cold shoulder, shall prosper. This is your heritage. This is your promise. Walk in the quiet authority of one who knows they are loved by the King. Do not allow your heart to be troubled by the whispers of downsizing or the cold calculations of those who look at you only as a figure on a ledger. I am the architect of your destiny, and no human hand can erase the blueprints I have drawn for your life. You have been taught to look to a paycheck as your lifeline, to see your supervisor as the gatekeeper of your security, and to view the stability of a corporation as the foundation of your peace. But I tell you today, my child, that I am your only source. I am the one who satisfies your hunger and the one who covers your head in the day of battle. When the air at your workplace grows thick with the fear of loss, do not let that spirit take root in you. A position is merely a platform I have allowed you to stand upon for a season, but I am the ground beneath your feet. If a door is closed by the hands of men, it is often because I have already prepared a wider gate, a more fertile field, and a more glorious purpose for you elsewhere. Do not fear the loss of a title, for your most significant title is the one I have given you, my beloved. The tongues that speak of your dismissal or the voices that plot your removal have no power over the covenant I have with you. I have resources they know nothing of. I own the cattle on 1,000 hills, and the wealth of the nations is but dust in my sight. When they speak of scarcity, I speak of overflow. When they calculate your worth based on your output, I celebrate your worth based on my love. I see the moments when you worry about the manipulation of your wages. I hear the silent cries of your heart when you feel undervalued, or when promised rewards are withheld by those who lack integrity. Do not let bitterness take root, for a bitter heart blocks the very blessing I desire to pour out. They may think they are the ones who decide your increase, but they are merely instruments in my hand. I can move the hearts of kings as easily as I turn the course of a river. If they close one hand, I will open another. If they attempt to starve your potential, I will nourish you in the wilderness. You are not a slave to the economic climate of this world. You are a citizen of my kingdom, and my kingdom knows no recession. I have hidden manna for you that the world cannot taste. I have divine connections waiting to be activated. I have promotions that come not from the east or the west, but from my throne of grace. When you walk into that building, do not walk as one who is desperate for approval or terrified of an empty hand. Walk as one who is fully supplied. Your needs are not a burden to me. They are an opportunity for me to show you my faithfulness. Stop trying to secure your own future through frantic striving or by playing the political games of the office. Lay down the heavy burden of trying to control the uncontrollable. Your security is not in a contract, a union, or a tenure. Your security is in my unchanging character. Even if the walls of that company were to crumble tomorrow, I would still be standing there, ready to lead you into the next land of promise. I am the one who feeds the birds of the air and clothes the lilies of the field. How much more will I care for you? Let the peace that I have given you be a shield against the arrows of anxiety. When the tongues of others wag with rumors of budget cuts or reorganization, let your tongue be used to declare my goodness. When they speak of what they will take away, you speak of what I have already provided. I am silencing the fear that grips your chest in the middle of the night. I am quieting the voices that tell you that you are not enough or that you are replaceable. In my eyes, you are irreplaceable. My plan for you is not subject to the whims of a board of directors. Trust in my hand. Watch as I move obstacles you thought were permanent. Watch as I provide in ways that defy logic. I am your provider, your protector, and your great reward. Think of the Israelites in the desert. They had no jobs, no wages, and no corporate structure, yet every morning they found their bread waiting for them on the ground. I am the same God today. I am the God who brings water from the rock and meat on the wings of the wind. If the system you currently inhabit fails to recognize your value, do not be dismayed. My economy is not their economy. I can cause a stranger to bless you. I can cause a forgotten seed you sowed years ago to suddenly bear a harvest that sustains you for a lifetime. Do not be intimidated by those who use their position as a weapon. They are only stewards of a temporary authority, while I hold the keys to all eternity. When they try to squeeze your finances or threaten your livelihood, They are inadvertently inviting me to display my miraculous power. Do not look at the balance in your bank account with a spirit of dread, but look at me with a spirit of expectation. I am more than enough. I am the God of the breakthrough, the God of the sudden turn, and the God of the unexpected abundance. I have seen every hour you have worked in secret, every extra mile you have walked when no one was watching, and every time you chose integrity over a shortcut. I do not forget. I do not overlook. Your reward is safe with me, and it is far greater than any bonus or merit increase a man could grant. So, take a deep breath and release the tension in your shoulders. The weight of your future does not rest on your ability to outmaneuver your critics. It rests on my ability to keep my word. And I have never, ever failed. Be at peace, for I am your source, and my storehouses are overflowing for you. Your identity is not found in a cubicle, and your provision is not bound by a corporate budget. I am the limitless God, and I am for you. And because I am your source, I am also your sanctuary. I see the invisible walls that have been built around you by those who do not understand the light you carry. I know the sting of being left out of the group chat, the weight of the silence that greets you when you enter a room, and the subtle ways they try to make you feel like you no longer belong. But hear me now. I am the friend that sticks closer than any brother, and I am standing right there beside your desk. When they turn their backs, they only create more room for me to wrap my arms around you. You are never, ever walking those carpeted halls alone. My spirit is moving through the vents, sitting in the empty chair next to you in the boardroom, and hovering over your computer screen as you work. I am filling every void that rejection has left behind. The loneliness you feel is not a sign of my absence, but an invitation into a deeper intimacy with me that most will never know. I am using this season of isolation to whisper secrets to your heart that cannot be heard above the noise of human approval. Do not beg for a seat at tables where I am being mocked, for I have prepared a table for you in the presence of your enemies. I am your companion in the quiet hours and your defender in the loud ones. My love is not like theirs. It does not fluctuate based on your performance or your popularity. It is a steady, burning flame that no cold shoulder can extinguish. Let my presence be the atmosphere you breathe. When you feel the chill of exclusion, lean into the warmth of my spirit. I am your home, your safe harbor, and your most loyal ally. You are seen. You are known. You are cherished beyond measure. When the office door closes and the world feels small, remember that I am the God of the vast heavens, yet I have chosen to dwell within the very space you occupy. My child, do not let the coldness of others harden your own heart. I am the warmth that keeps your spirit soft and your vision clear. When you feel like a ghost in your own workplace, unnoticed and undervalued, remember that I am the one who counts every hair on your head and every tear that falls in the privacy of your car. Those who turn their backs on you are simply blinded to the glory I have placed upon you. I am using this perceived loneliness to refine your strength, to prove to you that your worth is not a consensus reached by a committee, but a decree issued by the King of Kings. I am the voice in the silence, telling you that you are enough. I am the hand on your shoulder when you feel the weight of 1,000 eyes judging you. I am walking the office floor with you, and where you step, my grace follows. I am sanctifying the very ground beneath your feet. Even in the break room where you feel most apart, I am there, turning your solitude into a sacred encounter. You are not a social pariah. You are a set-apart vessel. The distance they maintain is, in truth, a hedge of protection I have allowed, so that their cynicism does not infect your faith. I am filling the empty spaces in your day with the fullness of my presence. When the phone doesn't ring and the invitations don't come, it is because I have called you to a private meeting with me. I am your most faithful confidant. You can tell me the frustrations you cannot voice to a colleague. You can pour out the hurt you hide behind a professional mask. I am not looking for a polished version of you. I am looking for the real you, the one who needs a father's comfort in a cutthroat world. Rest in the knowledge that you are never forgotten. Even if every name on the payroll were to forget yours, my palms are engraved with it. I am the friend who stays when the project is over and the glory is gone. I am the constant in a world of variables. My love for you is the only promotion that truly matters, and it is a position you will never lose. Walk with your head held high, not in pride, but in the quiet confidence that the Creator of the universe is your constant companion. You are never alone. As you walk in this quiet confidence, realize that I am already at work in the corridors where whispers turn into weapons. The lies that have been directed toward you possess a lifespan far shorter than you fear, for they are built on the shifting sands of human insecurity. I am the Father of lights, and in my presence, no shadow can endure. Just as the morning sun dissolves the thickest mist, my truth is currently rising over your situation to expose every hidden agenda and dismantle every false accusation. You have felt the sting of words spoken in secret, the coldness of exclusion, and the weight of misrepresentation. Do not let these things settle in your spirit. I am the great revealer, and I have seen the closed-door meetings where your character was handled with malice. I was a witness when they whispered to diminish your contributions, and when they plotted to hinder your progress. They believe their schemes are hidden, but to me, their hearts are an open book. I am systematically uncovering the roots of envy and the seeds of deceit before they can bear their full fruit. I am the architect of your life, and no human hand can tear down what I am building. Every lie told against you is like a fragile thread that I am now snapping with the power of my word. I am your advocate in the courts of heaven, where the only testimony that matters is the truth of who you are in my eyes. You are not defined by a supervisor's biased report or a coworker's jealous remark. You are my masterpiece, fashioned for a purpose that no office politics can derail. The truth of your integrity, your heart, and your diligence is a light that cannot be hidden forever. I am making this reality known to all. I am orchestrating a divine reversal where the very traps they set for you will become the platform for your promotion. You do not need to defend yourself with frantic words or sharp rebuttals. When you remain in my peace, I become your voice. I am touching the minds of those who have been influenced by falsehoods, causing the scales to fall from their eyes so they can see your value with clarity. The tongues that have spoken ill of you will soon be silenced, not by force, but by the undeniable weight of the fruit I am producing in your life. I am the one who justifies you, and my verdict is the final word. There is a sacred timing to my exposure of the truth. I am waiting for the moment when my glory will be most visible and your vindication most complete. Do not fret over the delays you see. They are but the quiet before the breakthrough. I am aligning circumstances to prove that your success is a result of my favor and your faithfulness, leaving no room for human doubt. Those who sought to undermine you will watch as I crown your efforts with success that they cannot explain. I am making the truth of your identity the loudest sound in your workplace, a resonance that will drown out every petty grievance and every false story. Walk with the dignity of a royal child, for the Creator of the universe is the guardian of your reputation. No weapon formed against you, even the weapon of the tongue, shall prosper. You are hidden in me, and in me you are safe from the strife of tongues. Rest in the knowledge that I am your shield, your glory, and the lifer of your head. The light is coming, and it will be more beautiful than the darkness was daunting. I know the private pain of being judged by those who do not know the depths of your heart. I have seen the tears you shed when justice seemed far away. But hear me now, my justice is never late. I am moving even in the silence. I am the God who sees, and I am the God who acts. I will turn the tables of deception. I am opening doors that no man can shut and closing mouths that no man can silence. Your future is not in the hands of your accusers. It is held firmly in my nail-scarred palms. Trust me to handle the narrative. Trust me to bring the light. The truth is your inheritance, and I am the one who will see it fully distributed in your life. I am working behind the scenes to reconcile what was broken and to restore what was stolen. The reputation that was tarnished will be polished by my own hand until it reflects my glory more clearly than ever before. You are entering a season where your presence will command a respect that words alone could never earn. My spirit within you is the greatest witness to your worth. Peace is your portion and victory is your promise. I am the God of the breakthrough, and I am breaking the power of every negative word spoken over your career. Your story is not being written by the pens of men, but by the finger of God. Stand firm, for the battle is mine, and the victory is already yours. You are cherished, you are seen, and you are vindicated. My child, do not mistake my call to stillness for a command to surrender to defeat. In the kingdom I have prepared for you, stillness is the posture of the conqueror. You have spent many days and nights rehearsing your defense, crafting the perfect words to dismantle the lies that have been whispered in the corners of your office. You have felt the weight of every false accusation and the sting of every misunderstood motive. But I am here to tell you that you do not have to fight every battle that is brought to your door. There is a divine economy in silence that the world cannot comprehend. When you refuse to engage in the petty skirmishes of office politics, you are not losing ground. You are standing on the high ground of my grace. I am inviting you into a place of inner quiet, a sanctuary within your own soul where the noise of the world cannot penetrate. This peace I offer you is not a passive thing. It is your greatest weapon. It is the shield that quenches the fiery darts of the wicked. When those around you seek to rattle your soul, when they try to provoke a reaction that would tarnish your testimony, look to me. See me standing in the midst of the fire with you. I am the fourth man in the furnace, and the flames have no power to scorch you. The tongues that speak against you are like a passing wind, but my word over you is an eternal rock. I am the one who manages your reputation. I am the one who guards your promotion. If I have opened a door for you, no amount of corporate maneuvering or backroom gossip can shut it. Trust in the silence of my sovereign hand. When you are tempted to lash out or to justify yourself, remember that your justification comes from me alone. I am the righteous judge, and I see the heart. I see the integrity you have maintained when no one was watching. I see the times you chose kindness over retaliation. These seeds of righteousness are growing in a soil that no enemy can poison. I am cultivating in you a spirit of such profound peace that it will confuse those who oppose you. They will look for cracks in your armor, for signs of bitterness or fear, and they will find only the unshakable calm of a child who knows they are loved by the King. Every morning as you walk through those doors, I am already there. I have walked the hallways before you, smoothing the path and setting my angels to guard the entrance of your heart. You may feel the atmosphere grow heavy with the whispers of those who do not understand the call I have placed on your life, but do not let that heaviness settle upon you. You carry the atmosphere of heaven within you. It is a portable sanctuary, a dwelling place of the Most High that moves with you from the meeting room to the break room. When the voices rise in discord, let your soul sink deeper into the quietness of my presence. I am teaching you the art of divine indifference, not an indifference to people, for I have called you to love them, but an indifference to the power of their words to define you. Their words are like smoke. They appear thick and stifling for a moment, but they have no substance, and they will soon be carried away by the breath of my spirit. You do not need to chase the smoke to put it out. You simply need to keep the fire of my love burning brightly in your heart. I am calling you to a place of such inner stillness that you can hear my whisper even in the loudest argument. I am giving you a discernment that cuts through the noise of office politics like a diamond through glass. You will see the motives behind the maneuvers, not so that you can play their game, but so that you can pray with precision and walk with wisdom. My peace is a fortress. It is a wall of fire around your mind. When others try to rattle your soul with threats of demotion or tales of disapproval, remember that I am your ultimate employer. I am the one who distributes the portions of your life. Your destiny is not a cake to be divided by human hands. It is a banquet prepared by my grace, and there is more than enough for everything I have called you to be. So, breathe deep of my spirit today. Let the noise of the world become a distant hum as you focus on the rhythm of my grace. I am silencing the tongues of the mockers by the sheer weight of the blessing I am pouring out upon you. They will see your success and be forced to acknowledge that it did not come from your striving, but from my hand. You are my child, and I am the Lord who fights for you. Rest in the stillness. Rest in the silence. Rest in the knowledge that I am working all things together for your good. And because I am working all things for your good, you must understand the nature of the doors I am about to swing wide before you. In this very season, while you have felt cornered by the strategies of men and hemmed in by the whispers of those who seek your downfall, I have been engineering an exit from the narrow places and an entrance into the spaciousness of my favor. I am the one who holds the keys of David. What I open, no man can shut, and what I shut, no man can open. You have spent nights wondering if the closed doors you encountered were a sign of my absence. But I tell you today, those doors were closed by my own hand to protect you from paths that would have swallowed your peace and corrupted your purpose. Now, I am opening a new way. It is a door that does not respond to the keys of human influence or the passwords of the elite. It is a door that responds only to the frequency of your faith and the timing of my sovereign will. While others in your workplace are feverishly plotting for power, calculating their moves like pieces on a chessboard, and building alliances built on shifting sand, I am preparing a seat for you that has your name engraved upon it by my own finger. Do not be intimidated by the networking of the ambitious or the strategic alliances of the arrogant. They believe that advancement is strictly a matter of who they know and what favors they can trade in the shadows of the corridors, but they have forgotten that the earth is mine and the fullness thereof. Your promotion will not be the result of a handshake in a back room or a strategic mention at a corporate dinner. It will be a divine appointment, an inescapable manifestation of my grace that leaves even your most vocal critics speechless. I am bypassing the traditional hierarchies of men to elevate you, for I do not see as man sees. Man looks at the outward resume, the social standing, and the volume of the voice, but I look at the heart that has remained steadfast in the secret place. I have seen how you handled the slights, the omissions, and the intentional oversights with a spirit of excellence and a mouth guarded by my spirit. I have heard the prayers you whispered when the tongues of the mockers were loudest. Therefore, I am moving you from the periphery to the very center of my purpose for that organization. You will find yourself invited into rooms you did not request to enter. You will be given a seat at tables where your perspective was previously dismissed or ignored. This is not for your vanity, but for my glory, for when I lift you up, I am establishing a lighthouse in the midst of a dark and competitive storm. Do not fear the so-called gatekeepers who think they have the power to block your progress or stifle your potential. They are but players on a stage that I have built, and I am the ultimate director of the scene. When I say, advance, there is no policy, no personality, and no prejudice that can hinder the momentum of my spirit. I am silencing the tongues that said you were not enough, or not ready, by the sheer weight of the authority I am placing upon your shoulders. You will not have to argue for your worth or defend your qualifications, for the fruit of your labor and the aura of my presence upon you will be your greatest advocates. Think not that the delays you have faced were denials. They were the moments in which I was strengthening your spirit so that you could carry the weight of the blessing that is coming. A promotion by man's hand requires man's strength to maintain, but a promotion by my hand is sustained by my eternal grace. I am stripping away your reliance on human systems so that you will know, without a shadow of a doubt, that your rise was my doing alone. When the mockers see you standing in the place of influence, they will search for a natural explanation and find none. They will look for the connection or the shortcut you took, only to realize that the only hand upon you was the hand of the Almighty. I am turning their confusion into a testimony. Their tongues, once sharp with criticism, will become heavy with the realization that they fought against a child of the Most High. The seat is yours. The door is open. The promise is sure. Walk forward in the silence of my peace, for I have already spoken your victory into the atmosphere of your workplace. Cease your striving, my beloved, and lay down the heavy burden of self-defense. You have spent countless hours in the quiet of your own mind, rehearsing the arguments you believe will finally clear your name. You have stayed awake long into the night, crafting the perfect explanation to dismantle the lies that have been whispered against you in the hallways and behind closed doors. But I say to you now, stop trying to explain yourself to those who have already chosen to misunderstand you. There is a specific kind of blindness that comes from jealousy, and a specific kind of deafness that comes from a hardened heart. No amount of human reasoning can pierce that veil. When you attempt to defend your own honor, you are stepping out from under the shadow of my wings and attempting to fight a battle that I have already claimed as my own. I am your advocate. I am your vindicator. In the courtroom of your workplace, I have already taken the stand on your behalf, and my testimony outweighs every false accusation and every subtle insinuation designed to trip you up. Trust in the silence of my strength. Your character is not built upon the opinions of others, but upon the solid rock of my grace. I see the integrity you have maintained when no one was watching, and I have heard the prayers you breathed when the weight of unfair judgment felt like more than you could bear. You must understand that I am working on a level you cannot see. While you rest your head, I am moving through the thoughts of those who supervise you. I am visiting the minds of your directors, your managers, and your executives in the quiet of the midnight hour. Even as they sleep, I am correcting their perspective of you. I am highlighting your value in their dreams and bringing to their remembrance the excellence of your work that they previously overlooked. I am planting seeds of favor where there was once doubt. I am removing the scales from their eyes so that they will see the spirit of excellence that I have placed within you. You do not need to lobby for yourself in the natural realm when the King of Kings is lobbying for you in the supernatural. Those who have spoken ill of you are finding that their words no longer carry weight. Their criticisms are becoming hollow sounds that fall flat before the ears of those in authority. I am making your worth so undeniable that even your detractors will find themselves forced to acknowledge the blessing upon your life. Do not fear the closed-door meetings or the private conversations that seem to exclude you. I am present in every room, and I have a seat at every table. My voice is the final word in every decision concerning your future. Rest in my peace, for the battle is not yours to win, it is mine to conclude. Every time you choose to remain silent and trust me, you are releasing the full power of my vindication. Let your work and your spirit be your only testimony. As you continue to walk in love and operate in the gifts I have given you, I will make your righteousness shine like the noonday sun. The very people who once doubted your ability or questioned your motives will soon come to seek your counsel. I am turning the tide in your favor, not through your cleverness or your eloquence, but through my sovereign hand. You are being positioned for a level of influence that requires a heart free from bitterness. Use this time not to sharpen your weapons of defense, but to deepen your roots in my love. I am your shield and your exceeding great reward. The tongues that rose against you in judgment are being silenced by the overwhelming evidence of my favor upon you. Walk into your workplace tomorrow with your head held high, not in pride, but in the quiet confidence of a child who knows their father is the judge of all the earth. The case is settled. The verdict is in. You are my chosen vessel, and I will not allow the plans of the enemy to prosper against the destiny I have written for you. Peace, be still. I am working even now. Understand, my beloved, that there is a hidden, majestic strength in the hush you maintain when the world expects you to roar in self-defense. When you refrain from returning fire, you are not surrendering to your circumstances. You are surrendering your cause to me. This is the divine exchange. You give me your silence, and I give you my sovereignty. In the quietness of your spirit, I find the room I need to move, to rearrange the hearts of those who oppose you, and to dismantle the traps set in the dark. If you step into the fray and attempt to battle with the same earthly weapons of sarcasm, bitterness, and retaliation, you limit the scope of my intervention. But when you hold your peace, you invite the host of heaven to stand as your advocate. I see every arrow aimed at your character, and I hear every whisper intended to diminish your value. Do not feel the need to correct every lie or to chase down every rumor. The more you try to extinguish the fire of gossip with your own hands, the more you risk fanning the flames. Instead, let the dew of my presence settle upon you. Your silence is a sign to the spiritual realm that you trust me as your judge and your justifier. It is the signature of a soul that knows its worth is not determined by a performance review or a colleague's opinion, but by the blood of the Lamb. I am asking you to lean into this sacred stillness. When the accusations fly across the conference room table like jagged stones, and you feel the heat of indignation rising in your chest, that is the moment I am asking you to breathe. Do not reach for the stone. Do not sharpen your tongue to strike back with the same venom that was directed at you. For if you fight as the world fights, you step out from under the canopy of my protection and enter the fray on your own strength. But when you hold your peace, you create a vacuum that my glory is eager to fill. Your silence is not a sign of defeat. It is the ultimate expression of trust. It is the testimony of a heart that is anchored in the eternal, unbothered by the temporary noise of those who do not know the plans I have for you. Let my spirit guide your words, so that when you do speak, your voice carries the weight of my wisdom and the fragrance of my grace. I will give you a mouth and wisdom which all your adversaries will not be able to contradict or resist. This promise is active even now. When you speak from a place of peace rather than a place of panic, your words become seasoned with salt, preserving the atmosphere around you and bringing light into the shadows of office politics. I am teaching you to be a carrier of my kingdom in the midst of a battlefield. There is an authority that comes from a mouth that refuses to speak guile. As you guard your lips, I am guarding your future. I am closing the doors that were opened by malice and opening new corridors of opportunity that no human tongue can shut. You will find that as you commit to this path of grace, the voices of your accusers will begin to sound hollow, even to themselves. Their words will lose their sting, and their influence will wither like grass in the midday sun. I am the one who silences the storm, and I am the one who will silence the tongues that rise against you. Your task is simply to walk with me, to listen for my prompting, and to let your character be your loudest defense. The beauty of my work in your life will eventually become so undeniable that those who once sought your downfall will have no choice but to acknowledge the favor that rests upon you. Trust the process of the silence. In the stillness, I am perfecting that which concerns you. I am building a foundation of integrity beneath your feet that no storm can shake. Rest in the knowledge that I am your shield. You do not have to shout to be heard by me, and you do not have to argue to be seen by me. I see you, I hear you, and I am moving on your behalf. Walk into your workplace with the dignity of royalty, knowing that your Father is the King who holds the hearts of all men in his hands. The battle is mine, the victory is yours, and the peace I give you is a gift the world can neither give nor take away. Be still, and know that I am God, your defender and your friend. And in that stillness, my beloved, observe the shifting of the atmosphere around you. I am moving you from the season of hiddenness into a season of visible manifestation. The seeds of integrity you have sown in the dark, when no one was watching and when others were speaking against you, are now breaking through the soil of your circumstances. You will flourish, not in a secluded corner, but in the very sight of those who sought to hinder your progress. I am preparing a table for you in the presence of your enemies, a banquet of favor and an abundance of grace that will leave them speechless. They expected to see you falter. They waited for your strength to fail under the weight of their words. But instead, they will see you stand taller, move faster, and shine brighter than ever before. Your life is becoming a living testimony that those who trust in me will never be put to shame. I am placing upon you a mantle of excellence that will distinguish you from the crowd. Where others see obstacles, I will give you the vision to see opportunities. Where others find confusion, I will give you a clarity that causes even your supervisors to take note. Those who once whispered in the shadows of the break room or behind closed doors will find their words losing their power, for the reality of my blessing upon you will be an undeniable truth that no lie can overshadow. Watch as I open doors that no man can shut and close doors that were meant to lead you into traps. Your success is not merely for your own comfort, but to prove that I am a God who honors those who honor me. I am turning the tables of your career. The very projects they hoped would fail in your hands will become the crown jewels of your portfolio. The very responsibilities they thought would overwhelm you will become the platforms for your greatest triumphs. As they watch you, they will not see your striving, they will see my rest. They will not see your anxiety, they will see my peace. This is the divine irony of my kingdom, that the more they try to pull you down, the higher I will lift you up. Do not fear their gaze, for their eyes will eventually be open to the source of your strength. Some will even come to you, asking for the secret of your composure and the reason for your success, and in that moment your mouth will be filled with my praise. You will not speak out of pride, but out of a heart that knows it has been carried by the King. Your flourishing is an act of my justice. It is my response to the accusations and the malice that were leveled against you in secret. I am making your righteousness shine like the dawn and your justice like the noonday sun. You are my chosen vessel in that workplace, a light set upon a hill that cannot be hidden. Every promotion, every increase, and every word of commendation you receive is a brick in the monument I am building to my faithfulness. Do not be surprised when the very people who tried to exclude you are the ones who are now required to acknowledge your contributions. I am orchestrating every detail. I am softening the hearts that were once hardened against you and making your path straight. Your life will be an overflow of my goodness, a river that waters even the dry places of your professional world. Stay close to me, for the height of your elevation will be matched by the depth of your intimacy with me. As I enlarge your territory, I am also enlarging your capacity to love and to lead with a servant's heart. You will flourish because my hand is upon you, and no weapon formed against you, whether it be a spoken word, a written email, or a silent plot, will prosper. You are hidden in the secret place of the Most High, yet your fruit will be visible for all to see. Rest in this promise, for I am a God who keeps his word. The season of struggle is giving way to the season of harvest. Your testimony is being written in the sight of all, and it is a beautiful story of redemption, protection, and the overwhelming favor of your Father. The tongues that spoke ill are being silenced by the roar of my blessing in your life. You will look back on this time and see that what the enemy meant for evil, I have used for your ultimate good and my eternal glory. I am not just giving you a way out, I am giving you a way through, and through it, you will emerge with the scent of victory upon you. Think of the lilies of the field, how they grow. They do not toil or spin, yet I clothe them in splendor. How much more will I clothe you, my precious child, in the sight of those who doubted your worth? Your growth will be organic and unstoppable, powered by the living water of my spirit. You will find that even the mistakes of your past, or the setbacks caused by others, are being woven into a tapestry of triumph. I am giving you a wisdom that exceeds your years, and a grace that defies human explanation. When you speak, people will listen, for I am putting weight behind your words. When you act, people will notice, for I am putting my signature on your work. The very people who once sought to overshadow you will now find themselves in the shade of the great tree you are becoming. This is not for your vanity, but for my vindication. I will be glorified in your professional life, and my peace will be the banner over your cubicle, your office, and your meetings. You are being elevated to a place where the noise of the mockers cannot reach you, yet the light of your success will reach them clearly. They will see that I am with you. They will see that you are favored, and they will know that it is I, the Lord your God, who has done this for you. Your journey is a beacon of hope for others who are being mistreated, showing them that I am the one who sets the lonely in families and the faithful in positions of influence. Walk forward now with your head held high, not in arrogance, but in the humble confidence of one who is deeply loved and divinely defended. The platform I am building for you is solid, for it is built on the rock of my word. No wind of gossip can blow it down, and no fire of jealousy can consume it. You are my workmanship, created for good works which I have prepared beforehand, and you are now walking into the fullness of those works. The season of the heavy yoke is breaking, my child, and the weight that has pressed upon your shoulders for so long is being lifted by my own hand. You have endured the heat of the furnace, not because I wished for you to suffer, but because I was refining the gold within you, preparing you for the weight of glory that is about to be revealed in your professional life. The time of your testing is drawing to a close, and the long, weary night of defense and distress is giving way to a morning of profound rest. Do not look back at the shadows with fear, for they are retreating. The voices that rose against you, those sharp, jagged tongues that sought to pierce your reputation and undermine your peace, are being bound by my decree. I have seen every whispered conversation behind closed doors. I have heard every false accusation intended to dim your light and stifle your progress. And I say to you now, enough. I am drawing a line in the sand that your enemies cannot cross. I am closing the mouths of the lions that have prowled around your cubicle and your conference rooms, seeking to devour your joy and steal your confidence. You are entering a Sabbath of the soul, a place where you no longer have to strive to justify your existence or prove your worth to those who are committed to misunderstanding you. I am your justification. I am your vindicator. In this new space I have prepared for you, recognition will flow not from your desperate efforts, but as a natural fruit of my favor upon your life. Those who once looked down upon you will find themselves looking up, not out of a sense of defeat, but because the light I have placed upon you has become undeniable. I am moving you from the periphery to the center, from the place of being overlooked to the place of being sought after for the wisdom I have deposited within you. This is the rest I promised, a rest that exists even in the midst of deadlines, a deep-seated tranquility that persists through the busiest seasons. Look at your hands, my beloved child. They have been weary, but I am strengthening them for the tasks ahead. Look at your feet. They have been tired from the steep, uphill climb, but I am setting them upon a broad and level place. I want you to understand the depth of the pride I feel for you. When you were mocked and did not retaliate, I was proud. When you were excluded from the lunch table or the email chain, and yet chose to remain kind, I was proud. When you felt invisible and yet continued to work with excellence as unto me and not unto men, my heart overflowed with joy. You have represented my kingdom in a territory that is often hostile to my spirit, and you have done so with a grace that has not gone unnoticed in the courts of heaven. You are not just an employee, you are an ambassador. You are not just a worker, you are my heir. Walk now with your head held high. This is not the posture of worldly arrogance, for pride is merely a shield for the insecure. No, this is the posture of the redeemed. It is the steady, peaceful gaze of one who knows they are covered by the Most High. You no longer need to cower or hide your gifts for fear of inciting jealousy. The jealousy of others is a fire that will only consume them, while my grace is a shield that will perfectly protect you. I am opening doors that no man can shut, and I am silencing mouths that no human effort could ever quiet. The narrative of your life is no longer being written by the pens of your critics. I have taken the pen, and I am writing a chapter of restoration and public honor. I am leading you into a season where your influence will grow, not because you fought for it, but because I have ordained it. You will find that the very people who were once obstacles to your progress will now become stepping stones, or they will be removed entirely to make room for the expansion I have planned for you. Do not hold onto the bitterness of the trials. Let it go as you enter this place of rest. Let the memory of the struggle only serve to sweeten the taste of the victory I am handing to you. You are entering a time of unprecedented fruitfulness, where the labor will be light and the harvest will be bounteous. My child, I am eternally proud of you. I see the quiet strength you have exhibited when no one else was watching. I see the integrity you maintained when it would have been easier to compromise. You have been faithful in the little, and now I am making you ruler over much. But more than the positions, the titles, or the accolades, I want you to cherish the intimacy we have forged in the secret place of your trials. The world may see the promotion, but I see the heart that grew closer to mine in the dark. That is your greatest reward. Walk forward now into the sunlight of my favor, knowing that I am with you, I am for you, and I am silencing every tongue that would dare to speak against the one I love so dearly. Your rest has begun. Your recognition is here, and my love for you is the final word on who you are.